No matter the weather, he delivers.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Rise and grind, game time, Brian. The mailman today. Yes, the mailman. The mailman today. Yes, the mailman.
No matter the weather, he delivers.
Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as Game Time Brian right now. No mailman right now. Mailman is over. I'm off the clock. Good evening. I hope everybody's doing good. Wanted to do a live stream. I promised a live stream, so we'll do a live stream. We'll do a little prime time live stream. I got the liquid gold flowing. Yes, I need some more liquid gold. Here we go. Little coffee mug. Liquid gold. Power. Oh, it's got liquid gold on the back end. There you go. Yeah, get rid of that. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. We'll talk about wherever we want to talk about. We got people waiting to get in, but we got Vinny Hagan in the house. Dirty Sanchez, Felix Rojas. CZ, what's up? I made some cowboy beans pretty damn good, if I say so myself. I love me some good cowboy beans, even though right now I'm on more like I'm carnivore now, so I'm kind of keeping my carbs low. Jeff Lee, what's up? How are you? I'm thinking about being an exotic dancer. There you go, Dirty Sanchez. I heard there's a lot of money in it. Jerry, time to play the jokers. Let's go, baby. Yeah, or the aces, or you crap out. Thanks, John U. Vegas. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments. Weird music. Well, it'll be ready for download if you're interested, John, soon on all platforms. Dustin Roberts, what's going on? Dwayne Sweetney, how are you? Alan Bolton, a corner and O-line and wide receiver. Oscar, I don't know about all of that, but maybe. Matt Batten, how are you, brother? How are you? Who else we got in the house? Jimbo, good morning. Is it good morning? What did I say? Good morning? Good evening. No news on the Cowboys today. Yeah. We did most of the work, so they're still working on the contracts. Appreciate the support, Dustin Bosley. Let's see, Jimbo, thank you. EJB, how are you? Gil, hey, Gil, how are you? But anyway, yes, we sit here, what's today? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 3 days to go, and then we enter into legal tampering. I want to play a video. This is just a small clip of Jerry, and we'll stop. Everybody's getting carried away about what he said. You don't make this kind of move for the cap to do nothing. They're going to do something. They may not be, and we'll discuss what levels once I bring the boys in. We'll discuss what levels of free agency you think they're going to play at. But let's look. And we'll talk about teams that are probably in on DK. Look for the Raiders, but that's just me.
What about adding something through a trade? What possibility would that be?
Right about draft time, picks get very premium right now. And the trades relative to draft picks for a player, this is possibly you might call it a good time, because the round picks to be able to use it this year can come at a premium. Now, you've got to have your bait out everywhere, and we do. But those come to you. And they don't necessarily come to you because you've got a perfect fit back over here at a position, or you've got somebody in mind. Usually don't count on that somebody in that perfect fit knocking on your door saying, we want to give him away. That doesn't come. If you've got to go get it, get ready, you're going to pay a premium for it. They just think tariffs might add to things. Wait till you try to go over and get a player when it's you calling rather than them calling you.
Jerry Dak said recently that he feels you guys are close to the Eagles in terms of talent necessary to win a championship. Do you agree with that?
I will tell you, this time last year, I thought we'd win the division. This time last year, I thought we'd win the division. I'd lost a lot of money. If in fact you can do what we can't do in the NFL, and that's bet on it. Why? Because we'd had a good run of it over the years. I didn't plan on some of the things that happened for us last year, or that didn't happen. And so we're operating with a mentality of very competitive with our division, not just the Eagles, but with the division. Eagles are a prime one to talk to because they are the world champ. And you look good when you're the world champ, as it should be. But we'll see how it goes. It's not smart to say that we're as good or better than the Eagles right now because they happen to be the world champs.
Smart.
So I'm not going to be dumb there.
We got time for one more.
Obviously, picking 12, you don't want to be up here next year. You know, it's the premium pick. What's your plans or goals for that 12th pick?
Well, we've got a lot of options. The combine actually, I think, emphasized that. There's key players deep at key areas of the team: running back, defensive line, outside pressure players. So frankly, this is a good time to have where we are. We're about right. All right. I'm not so sure that I'd want to be any higher, and I think that you're going to get a premium player at this position.
We're going to get back to Zach.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, there it is. I didn't play the earlier part where he said that he's not going to use free agency to fill holes. Yeah, that's bogus. I know.
Here we go.
I've heard some rumors from inside the building that they do plan on being making moves and signing free agents, and not after the draft. We're talking before the draft. It may not be on day one. I just want to remind people. You could do a non-day one deal on day one, but normally you don't see that. Like, again, if you look at the tiers, usually day one is a lot of overpriced talent, usually. But go ahead, Loyal.
So there, and I was just listening to you. I'm just listening.
So you don't believe what I'm saying, or
I believe what you're saying, but I'm just. There's a lot of good free agents out there, and I'm just, you know what they're going to do. Their style, they'll let all the good ones go, and then they'll pick.
No, I don't. So, are you saying Nick Bolton would not be good? Look, I mean, like if you got Nick Bolton in here, what would you think of that?
He's all right.
He's all right. He's a very, very good linebacker.
I mean, you got Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa.
He just got released.
Joey Bosa hasn't done nothing in 2 years. That's the
and
problem.
He's younger than D-Law.
But he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done nothing. That's the problem. I looked at his stats.
Of course, my favorite, DK Metcalf, but you know that ain't gonna happen.
DK is probably going to the Raiders. What's up, Jesse?
Oh, just what's up, guys?
Going on, babe, in the chat.
I just heard. What's his name? Jason Hutchinson from Cincinnati defense. Let's let go.
Yeah, it's not Jason Hutchinson. It was a Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson. That's right. I believe.
Yeah.
So let me update everybody real quick. The Commanders re-signed Bobby Wagner to a one-year deal, upwards of $9.5 million. He would have to meet all the flyers and bonuses. There's some interesting moves. The Colts released defensive You tackle Raekwon Davis. He might be a guy to help with the rotation. Giants, re-signed Tommy DeVito, but the Jaguars trade Christian Kirk to the Texans. And Loyal says Joey Bosa. The problem with Joey Bosa is he's going to have a big market. He's been beat up, man. He hasn't done much the last 3 years. So we'll see where he goes. Rumor is he may go and play with his brother Nick in San Francisco, and that would be a cool story. But after I was talking to Loyal Cowboy this morning. After looking at it, Joey Bosa has been beat up, and his numbers have really dipped. And he's had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years.
Well, he's getting up there in age too.
No, I think
he's younger than D-Law.
Oh,
yeah.
Here's the thing with Joey Bosa.
He's not as productive as D-Law though right now.
He's not been happy. He's not been happy where he in San Diego. He has
How
never
could you
been
not be happy in San Diego? What's up, Flip? How are you?
He's just not been happy with the administration and the coaching.
Wow. Okay, you got
He has not been
coach
happy.
last year.
He got a Michigan coach now, so
Let's listen.
He wants to
Let's
F
hear
out.
this out. He had 9 sacks. The biggest sacks, I think he had 9 or 12 sacks. It dipped. Because what was the African American head coach that was there? He played well when he was there.
Oh,
the Chargers.
Yeah, what's his name?
Leslie Frazier, maybe? I don't know.
No.
No, it isn't that. Damn it.
He was
What
happy
year?
when he was there.
Yeah, how long
What
we
year?
talking?
Huh?
What year, Momo?
I think that had to been it was 3 years ago, maybe 21 or 20. He was happier when that coach was there.
I don't know, Momo. They haven't been relevant really, so I didn't pay attention to the coaches.
No, San Diego had a good defense. They just had the quarterback.
Well, they had Brandon Staley. I mean, that was the last one. So yeah,
well, maybe I'm.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say, Lance Staley.
I'm thinking about someone before him. For him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I got a name for you, Brian.
What's that?
This is over here. Another rumor, which so far the ones I've been hearing going to come in true. Josh Sweat's about to go.
Well, yeah. Again, and we're gonna break down. I think that's the main reason why Eagles were re-signed Saquon. Everybody's expecting a Myles Garrett. I'm hearing Garrett to the Commanders, but again, if they get Garrett, it's gonna. I don't know that that's a smart move. But
I just don't know, why do we free up all this money and they ain't doing squat?
Well, it hasn't started yet, Loyal. I mean, what do you want them to do today? I mean, what do you want them
get on the phone with some people?
Just be patient.
You're not allowed to until legal.
We've been patient for 30 years.
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to talk to anybody.
But until
Monday. Tampering. You can't. That'd be tampering. You can't do that.
Can't do nothing.
They don't care. They do it illegally.
You can look for trades. I'm not really in the trade market. Personally, I don't want to trade. I mean, if you want DK Metcalf, okay, but he's probably going to the Raiders.
I would give up my first round pick for DK. That's just me.
Ooh,
no.
It would not cost that much.
They ain't worth it.
Alongside CD Lamb.
No, but
he's used good.
He's not going to go anywhere unless they get a 1 and nobody's giving them a 1, unless it's a bottom round 1, like where the Eagles are picking, or like from 25 to 30. That's the only way you're giving a 1 for. Again, I don't know.
Anthony Lynn, who I was talking about.
Anthony Lynn.
Game time.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Hey, if you can get DK with your number 1 and draft Scatterboo, which is very underrated.
We don't want Scatterboo. He sucks.
He's good, man. I'm telling you. That's a good.
I don't want Scatterboo. If they get Scatterboo, I'm going to be upset.
Scatterboo.
Nah, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on him. I hope somebody else takes him.
I watched his tape.
I know, but
that's college.
I can see him being a good. He'd be a good wildcat type of player. You want to use him in a wildcat. I think Scatterboo would be great for that.
Is that rude?
But to be all down back,
No,
No,
he's not.
he's
No,
good.
he's
He's a
not.
good
Scadaboo.
Wildcat player, though.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't
also,
want one at a time, please. One at a time.
He stays healthy with the bad offensive line you had, and that's important.
can I say
Yeah.
can I
All
say
right.
this real quick?
Sure.
Scadaboo is a scat back type running back, but also he's a college football player. He's great for college, not for the NFL.
Scadaboo is probably a third, fourth round pick. That's where he's at.
I see him going to
Yeah,
the fourth.
Somewhere
Drew,
in
I'm
there.
sorry. I got to read in the chat. I got to agree with Drew. You gave up a first round. Yeah, I mean, I barely believe if we got DK Metcalf for a first, he would make an impact on our team.
Oh, he
on
would
our
make an
offense
impact.
especially.
But let me ask a question to everybody, okay? And I know my answer to this, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not the end all be all. You get to number 12, and Tet McMillan is there, okay? You got Tet McMillan on the clock. And then Seattle still hasn't done nothing with him. And they said, you know what? Let us trade up to 12. You can have our first round pick. You get a pick swap, and we'll give you DK. Would you take DK? And you may have to throw in a fifth to sweeten it. But what I'm saying is he's the number one receiver in the draft in most people's eyes. It's because he's not going to run a 4.4, may have him be a little bit drop more than maybe he should. Would anybody?
I'll tell you a receiver we're going to pick up in free agency if we pick one up.
First let me you to answer the question. Would you take a Tet McMillan, or would you trade the pick and drop to 18 and get DK Metcalf? Loyal. And then I'll let everybody else go.
I would get DK Metcalf.
You wouldn't just take a Tet McMillan who's staring you in the face, who's unbelievable ball player.
Well, I agree.
That's why we're gonna lose. No, hell no. Sorry.
Mark Hodgson, what's up?
Well,
That's
hey,
not a
you got
free
a
agent
proven
receiver
young
out
guy
there that's
already.
worth a first or second round pick. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, brother. Did you get your bobblehead, Mark? Give me a thumbs up if you got it yet.
We'll end up getting somebody like a Tyler Lockett, though. Watch. I already know.
He's on the downside.
He's older.
He's not
He's
hard.
still good, but he's got a lot of miles on him. Those are the type of players that Dallas targets.
But we'll get him for free, so I'd rather have him.
Then you're pretty much
DK.
getting another Brandon Cooks if you get him.
Right, exactly.
That's what we'll get.
I mean,
We won't get DK, but we'll get like a Tyler with Lockett.
You won't get a DK only because the Joneses just value those draft picks too damn much. They're not going to get rid of a 12th overall pick for DK. Plus, you have to pay him.
But I mean, like if Tet is on the clock, Rob,
I would take McMillan. If to answer your question, game time, I would take McMillan because he's younger and he's cheaper.
I would too. I don't understand. I understand it's a risk, but you got to risk a little bit, don't you? I mean, you can't just. I mean, you have to risk a little bit. The dude's.
Hey, I got. Some
If you
news for
watch
guys,
his tape, give me a second, Jesse. If you
Sure.
watch his tape, he runs great routes. He high points the ball. He's a red zone beast. Everybody goes, oh well, he didn't play against great competition. Well, he busted up Travis Hunter a bunch. He played Travis Hunter, the proverbial number one player in the draft. He worked him over. So I would go with the young stud, which is why go ahead, Jesse.
It'd give him the right opportunity.
I've been hearing from ESPN, a couple of high-profile guys who picked for the draft. They got you guys getting Gentry.
Again,
at 12.
Again, there's a lot of, Jesse, at this time, there's a lot of talking shit. I think Dallas is happy with taking a few players. And Randy, are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening to all this stuff, kind of soaking it in.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like you got to get, I'll make room for you. But my thing is this, okay? All I'm asking for, everybody said, well, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Jerry said it. No. And then you saw all the people that cover the team say, no, they're going to do moves. They're just not going to do the first. I mean, if you look at the tiered free agents, they're not going to do the unbelievably expensive, like Joey Bosa. Yeah, guys are going to be overpaid and underperform because that's what's going to happen usually on day one. I mean, all right, I get it. Saquon Barkley, he was a match made in heaven for the Eagles. Let's face it. But, I mean, most of the time, these guys don't work out. But if you give me a guy, I'm going to ask you, Randy, if Tet McMillan is there at 12, would you take him or would you trade him to Seattle and move down for the 18th pick?
I wouldn't trade him. There's only one
You would
person in
get
this
DK
whole.
in return. That's the thing. They're only trading him if they can get a young, unbelievable player. Why would Dallas do that? People are overvaluing the trade because you have to pay DK a new contract. There's reasons why you only get certain rounds. What's that? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's the deal. There's only one player out there that I would trade the first round pick for. It would turn your defense around, and we all know who that is, and he plays in Cleveland. It's Myles Garrett. That's who I would trade my number one pick for. I wouldn't trade my number one pick for anybody else. And here's why.
Shot.
No, he's not coming to Dallas.
Don't be surprised. We have a lot of money to spend.
It's going to take more than a one. It's going to probably take multiple.
Jerry, you're going to spend like that.
I think it's going to take a 1 and a 3. 1 this year and a 3 next year.
But again, I don't see Dallas doing it. But we're not.
Well, you asked me my opinion, and I'm going to tell you why. You put him on one side, you got Parsons, and if somehow Overshown comes back, your linebackers' positions are solid. You go out and get one linebacker, and you get one defensive tackle. That defense can be ferocious.
That's a big if, though.
Well, you know what? We have a lot of money
West
to spend.
Virginia country boy.
But
actually, you don't, because you got to put the Parson deal.
The Parson's going to give us more money to spend if we sign him.
Yeah, we'll save like $20 million. That's
but you got to sign him now.
No. Everybody stop. Right now, he's counting over $20 million this year on the cap. If you sign him, his number will go below 10. You will save a lot of money. Just please.
I thought it was 24 right now, but
yeah,
you're
so right now it's 24 point whatever. He's counting against the cap. As soon as you sign him, Rob knows, everybody knows, that first year, probably the first couple of years of the deal,
9 something.
It'll be $9 million, whatever.
Yeah, 9-10 million.
9.7 or something.
Somewhere in that range. I mean, maybe they'll allocate more to get, but it makes no sense. I don't know, but
down range.
Yeah, that's how it works. You're still going to pay it, but it's just, I'll be curious to see. I don't think Parsons gets done anytime soon at this point.
Yeah, they'll wait until week 1, game 1 or something.
No, they'll wait till July.
The main thing is I want to stay away from these players that are always hurt. They're always getting hurt.
You don't listen to what Jerry Jones has to say.
We need to go young. Is what we need to do. We need to go young.
Yeah, and you're right, Randy. We do, but we still need some. I think we still need some veterans on our blend in with those young players.
I agree with you.
I
totally agree.
All young.
Here's my thing to you, Loyal. I don't mind going out and getting if that was DK, great. And I think I talked to, I guess it was Rob earlier. I think we talked about it, but I don't know who it was. That basically, yeah, he would be an. Oh no, it was Drew. No, Drew made a comment on my lunchtime chat. I'm sorry.
DK would be like what
tired,
T.O. was to us.
DK would help, but he's nowhere near T.O. Nowhere near T.O. Nowhere near he.
With not the same attitude, but I think
I'm just saying he's a good player, but he
disappears
at times. Does he not, Rob? Does he not disappear?
T.O.'s going to Hall of Fame.
Let Rob.
I wouldn't give up a 1 for DK.
I would not either.
I think Seattle put that high price out there
because
they don't want to get rid of him anyway.
Yeah. They don't want to trade him
either. He don't want to be there either.
Yeah.
So, my personal opinion, I think the person I would look for my Washington team would be, and even the Cowboys, I'd be afraid of, is Hendrickson.
That's what I said. I figured that's what I was about to say. That he's out.
He's another old guy, though.
No, but he's good. You want to get something he's going for now. You want to wait for the future.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but is Dallas ready to win a Super Bowl right now? No. So what are we going to get Trey Hendrickson for?
Like us.
Well, I'm just saying anything can happen. You could go out and make a lot of moves. You could hit a home run in the draft. You get Genty. The first 3 picks are awesome. Fine, but I mean, let's be realistic here. Right now, I want to build this thing.
Right.
How about if you go out in the first round, okay? Let's say Genty's gone, and let's say you make a trade down to 18, 19, and you pick up a Michael Williams, edge rusher out of Georgia. Well, to me, he's every bit as much as Hendrickson long term. It's a projection, but I'm just saying Yeah.
You guys got to do like the
Are you
Eagles.
ready to win? That's the thing. We
Get
want to
all
win.
these young guys and picks and get a couple of veterans. That's what you need to do. That's the plan.
It is, but how much is
Easier said than
Hendrickson
done.
going to cost me, Loyal? That's my
Right.
question.
How old is he?
Garrett, 30.
Yeah. 30
No, he's
some million.
29.
We're not doing that.
He's 29 years old, and he's gonna want big money, and it's gonna take draft capital in
Flip
a
wants
lot of
DK.
money to bring in Trey
Well,
or
if they wanted
Miles.
to actually move up Seattle, then would you take him and get their 18th pick?
Take who, Chris?
Yeah, I like to make us say one thing.
No, you
I
can say
really
whatever
do.
you
I
want,
was
brother.
I was just saying, if you're going to take the receiver, you could actually,
I'm
you
just-
wanted to trade back with Seattle.
I'm all in
at
on
18
DK. That's
when
all
they
I'm
get
saying.
I
12.
love DK. Don't get
You
me
get
wrong.
DK
Loyal. I am.
Metcalf, you get their other pick, this pick here, and you trade them like maybe a fourth or, well, we don't have that,
Did-
but a fifth round or something. I don't know if they
Mhm.
do that or not, but
Brian,
that still
Yes.
keeps you in the first round with the
I
pick.
just want to make a statement
Animal.
right now. I just tired of these dumb players in NFL thinking that, oh, I'm going to renegotiate my contract to save on the cap. You don't save money and say I'll take a pay cut off your first contract, because down the line they will cut you. The NFL is not about helping you to do better. They are up there
I
trying
agree,
to take
Oscar.
advantage of you. They will cut you. So when I heard that Dak and CD just got this deal, why would you cut? Why would you negotiate down? I want to make the team better. No. You're supposed to get your money up front on your first contract. The second contract, I'll make a deal. I will negotiate the deal. Not your first contract. Get your money up forward. That's how this league is about, because they will cut you. NFL it's a reason why they call it not for long, because they will
I
cut
get
your
what
butt.
you're saying. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but just, again,
I'm passionate about that. All players should get their money up front, because they ain't gonna get you down the line. They will cut you.
again, we forget how much a million will,
Yeah, look at the guy from Miami. The receiver
Don't
from Miami
need the
that
money.
wants to leave now.
What's up,
That's
man?
not about
Hill.
needing
Who
the
else
money.
hasn't
It's
gotten
about
in
securing
here?
your
We got
future.
Virus. We got Randy needs to get in here. We got,
I
so
apologize. I shut up.
No.
No, you're all right.
No, like we just got. It's my job.
You're
to,
good. I was just
No.
laughing.
Like,
I
it's
mean,
my
in the
job
reality,
to-
we don't have a piss in the pot.
Because
They're
we got
gonna.
people
I think the
watching,
Joneses
just
already know
remember
what
that.
they're gonna do, but it's good for us to dream and imagine this and that. But we already know it's gonna be somebody out of the blue that no one expects that will sign in free agent.
I'll be surprised he don't pick up Tyreek Hill. That'd be interesting.
Now let's go
No, we
around the
won't.
league here. We got like Dallas. We got Washington Eagles. Rob, what do you think they're going to do outside of your own? Let me just preface this. I think they created the money. I think they really want Milton back. I know everybody thinks it's a far fetch, but you have Vic Fangio, who loves the kid, loves him. All right. I believe he had him in Miami, or wanted to get him in Miami. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I think he wanted him in Miami.
He wanted
I
him in
think they're
Miami, yeah.
trying to obviously keep Mekhi Becton. They brought back Bond, and I believe they're trying to, I think they're going to try and bring back Milton. And then they have Josh Sweat, who I think is going to go. But what's your opinion
Yeah,
on
Josh
the
Sweat's
Birds?
gone.
I asked Rob a question. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jesse. I think Josh Sweat is gone to kind of add on to that, but I think Milton's going to end up in New England. There's a lot of talk that he's going to be a Patriot.
Yeah.
They said that there's even possible legal tampering going on with him going to New England already.
Really?
That they said that there might be something to look into. That's what they were saying. Mina Kimes was saying that earlier. But me personally, I would like to keep Milton. I think. I mean, he's just quietly under the radar, just doing his thing. He wouldn't be that big, massive signing, but I would like to keep Milton. Sweat, I'm okay getting rid of. Becton, I'm okay getting rid of, because I think Steen filled in nicely. He's cheaper. He's on a rookie deal, so I would rather let Becton walk, Sweat walk, and bring back Milton. That interior line is where it was at for us this last year. I mean, that's what won us the Super Bowl, is is that interior defensive line. So I'd like to keep Milton, but I hear that he's going to be a Patriot by next Monday, next Tuesday.
Hey,
real
Rob,
quick, let me get to the super chats, please. You're the best on comments. That's why I pay for your channel. Great job. West Virginia, it's hopping tonight, and we got a lot of guys, so I apologize if I missed anything. Go ahead and say it again, but thank you, buddy. You are in the hopper. Mark Hutchton, thank you, my friend.
Hey, can you unmute me?
You're unmuted. Parsons.
Yeah, I don't agree with that,
Hold
Rob.
up. Let me read the super chat, please. Parsons should wait on signing a contract and base it off what the Cowboys pick up in free agency. That's not a bad idea. Again, I like what he's done. How much a pay cut will he take? Well, I don't know that he's going to take any of it, a pay cut. That's talk is cheap. I'm not asking the man to take a pay cut, but we know what he said. But now, like the longer you wait, Mark Hutchton, more deals you get done. Deadlines you wait, it just gets more expensive. So anyway,
something scooping up on Hutchinson, something Raj, real quick.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. But anyway, go ahead, Bobby.
I would take Becton over Williams any day because we have Davis and Carter in the middle, and Williams is a rotational piece. Becton is a full-time starter, so don't get it twisted.
Well, I'm not getting anything twisted.
I'm not sure.
I simply think that Steen filled in nicely and he'd be cheaper. I mean, why? I mean, Steen didn't give up any sacks when he filled in that.
But
I love Becton too, but at the right price.
Again, and everybody kind of jumped on Rob when he said if Bond left, he wouldn't be upset. Now, I was shocked when I forgot. I don't know. I've been busy lately. I forgot that he was 29. Or he's going to play this year, 29, and he had been in the NFL, and this is his first breakout season. I thought it was Rob I thought it was Drew, but it ended up being Rob. Sometimes I get shit confused, so that's on me. But basically, who cares? He's a good ball player. We could debate on whether they gave too much. That was the market. They signed him early. Give the Eagles credit. But as far as Mekhi Becton, I think the only place for him is Philly. And I'm not saying this against Rob. I'm saying Mekhi hasn't done shit in this league until he got with Jeff Stoutland. So I'm predicting if he were to leave, he would be that player he was with the Jets, probably. So, but to Rob's defense, Jeff Stoutland can coach almost anybody and be a Mekhi Becton. That's what, I hear all these Dallas content creators on YouTube saying you got to go with a first round, offensive lineman. You got to do this. Well, it's called.
Why would you?
It's called coaching. Well, all the so-called experts of the draft want you to take a guard in the first round or whatever.
Get that third round.
Again, just look at the good coaches. They know how to find them. All of a sudden, Will Hernandez can play football. Why? Because he had a good coach who was coaching average ball players in Arizona to above average, ranked number 3 in the league rushing offense. But anyway, that's my rant for tonight. But I agree with Rob and I agree with Bobby. That's not a cop-out, but what Rob is saying, that Stoutland will be just fine if he left.
We already have the line established.
I agree that I think that's more important, but
But I think it's just a product of Stoutland. My thing is that Steen's been proven. He's been in there. He filled in multiple spots on the left and right side of the line, and beyond that, I mean, we also have depth there because I'm not too sure if you recall this, Bobby, but we also drafted Trevor Keegan last year out of Michigan, who's in the realms of going in there as well as a solid backup to, let's say, Steen or pretty much anybody from center to the left or the right guard as well. So
he's from Michigan. He didn't allow a sack in college. He's a tackle, which is going to replace.
No, he's a guard.
Not a guard.
Who's that?
Trevor Keegan was a guard in at Michigan.
He was a guard.
Going to replace Lane Johnson at right tackle. Trust me.
Wow.
I don't know if he's fit to be a tackle, but I know that if we get rid of Becton, since Becton plays tackle right now, and he was drafted plays guard right now, but he was drafted as a tackle. Keegan would fit in nicely, so will Steen. My point is, I would let Becton walk based on money, depending on how much money he's asking for. Because we could Steam could go in on the rookie deal,
and then you could go get who, Rob?
And go get Myles Garrett.
There you go. See, that's what you got to look at. See, this is what's happened, Rob. Some Eagle fans have gotten greedy. They want it all, but once you start winning,
they're greedy.
Once you start winning, right, it becomes harder to keep everybody. I understand what they did with Saquon. It's not invisible money. They pushed it into the future, right? So it's like now you got to start making decisions. Philly D, I agree. Becton is back. I'm not saying he's not. We're just giving our opinion on if you don't bring him back, this is what you could do. That's all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not like anybody's wrong here. We could argue about Trevor Keegan be a guard or a tackle, but at the end of the day, this is what is fun about the draft. You know, we get all these experts that say, well, you can't play tackle because he's got the short arms. And then you see guys go to the Hall of Fame with short arms. So,
well, hell, you got Rob. You guys got a guy. You got a guy that played rugby. Look at him now.
Right. My line is amazing.
Now, I totally get it. We can coach anybody. You know what I mean?
That's
so
all.
You're right.
We're just giving you a different
I just like to
option. That's all. He's coming back.
Line set for Hurts and call it a day, and then we are good in defensive drafting. Just keep drafting defense. You know.
Speaking of Hurts, and then I want to go to a Jesse, and then we'll go back around to Randy, and get everybody involved. And I want to get Momo in here in a minute as well, but. Did you see Darius Slay? Did you see him? I only know because I was happened to listen to Mark's video.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Mark put a video out on that, trying to,
I don't know if it was taken out of context or what.
He's salty.
I'll let you finish your game time. I don't know if you're segueing into that, but simply, I didn't take any. I mean, Mark tried to make it like, that, he's dissing Jalen and all that.
Jalen Hurts was the best quarterback in the league. Just like I news for you, he's probably ahead. He's ahead of Dak on that list, and I'm a Cowboys fan.
I mean, Slay, I think, is a little salty right now. I mean, he was talking about Reed being a great leader and didn't mention CJ GJ, and then he mentioned about his
Hurts
top 4 elite.
Fuck out of here, Ultra.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a lot of. I think Slay is a little bit salty maybe right now for being cut.
That's what I say.
Jesse,
big time salty.
Jesse
but you know what? Jalen did.
Sir.
Well, now let Rob finish his thought, and then we'll go to you.
Yeah, I mean, but Jalen beat every guy mentioned as far as Slay mentioned, and he is the Super Bowl MVP. I mean,
yeah, that's the bottom line, and thank God because that trophy alone won me $435. So thank you, Jay.
There it is.
Jesse Montanez, just your Giants take. And everybody in the chat, let's give Jesse and his GM a golf clap because rumor has it that they are going to trade multiple first-round picks to move up to number 1 when they effing had it. They effing had the number 1 pick and decided to win a game. And then we got these people out there to say, oh, well, you can't tell a coach to lose a game. You'll lose a team. No, you don't do that. You go up to Malik Neighbors and you go up to all your studs and say, you're not playing this game. You're not going to play. You're not suiting up. You're going to rest. Jesse, how do you feel about giving up multiple number 1s to move up 2 spots to get Cam Ward?
I will not confirm or deny, but I have one word. What are you thinking? We're going to get Ward.
That's like 4 or 5 words, but we... So, again, aren't you frustrated as a Giants fan that you had to win a game?
Win one game. We just like, why did you do this? I must have cursed at a TV in Spanish, English, Portuguese, every goddamn language you think of.
I don't like losing, but I was rooting against not necessarily against my team. Yeah, it was. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was rooting against Dallas against the Commanders, the last game of the year. It made no sense to win. What am I gonna go to sleep?
Made no sense. That was the coach. I don't know what was he thinking.
And I understand. I'm not asking Dak, or Dak was already on the sideline for 9 weeks at that point. But I'm not asking anybody to go win. You sit CD like they did. You sit certain players to where you don't have a chance to win. You guys let me know in the chat. Like thumbs up if you think the Giants did the right thing by winning that game, and a thumbs down if you think they were, jackwagons for doing so. I think that was egregious that they won that game.
Pathetic. It was a game not needed.
I would fire the GM. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised they didn't.
I would have fired the effing
totally
GM.
surprised they
He
didn't.
should have been fired after they cut Daniel Jones.
I mean,
because what was the point?
Yeah, there was no point. They were trying to flex in a position of no flexing. He was over at that point.
They should have been fired when they let go of Saquon.
All right, Gil. But I don't know, man. So all right, so you don't like the win. So now just remember this: when you're on the clock at number 1 and you gave up this year's number 1, next year's number 1, probably your 3rd round pick. I don't know, Rob, but like there's gonna be a lot of. It's probably gonna be like 2 1s, a 3 and a 5 or something. You're gonna have to give up a shit ton to move up 2 spots for a guy you should have.
We're in a rebuild. We're in a rebuild mode. Pick the best quarterback you can, not give up all the picks. Come on, we're Swiss cheese.
Oh my God.
So who is it now, Ultra? So now you think I like Lizzo and not Dank DeMoss?
All right.
Oh God.
All right, here we go. Randy McIntyre. Let's circle back. Oh, now let's go to Momo, then Randy. Momo, what do you think is your best option in the first round? I mean, like, what do you want your team to do?
Actually, I think they need to concentrate on defense.
So
that's Achilles heel.
Because the major rumor is your number 1 pick, what's the 29th overall, is going to Cleveland. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that if we get him. If we just get him,
Myles Garrett,
just 1 round, get him a 1st round, maybe a 5th or 6th. I'm fine with that. But I'm not fine getting an offense player, a top notch. Don't get Metcalf. Don't get the other guy from Seattle. I don't care. None of these wide receivers. Let's go through the draft because your biggest jewels are late in the late rounds anyway.
Debo. So I mean, you got Terry McLaurin, you got Debo, and then you draft one or something.
Yeah, you could draft.
Or
you could draft average, above average wide receiver with average speed.
To me, you got to get young.
Oh yeah, we got to get young. What I'm saying, you get young on the defense.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is you got to start drafting better. I think the reason why the Eagles are doing what they're doing is because they're drafting as well as adding. Mm-hmm. You can't just do one. I got news for you. You can't win a championship with just free agents. It don't work. You have to.
No, I say I'm talking about the draft and
yeah. I'm just saying to everybody, not just you. Yeah, it's good to go out and get Myles Garrett, but you haven't really drafted well as of late. You're going out and getting everybody's draft, but if you don't win it, you get old quick.
And my thing with the whole situation with Washington, you have to go what killed you all through the year. It was the defense couldn't stop nobody when they had to. Christ's sake, the Giants ran up 300-400 yards on against us when they was kicking field goals and they went to overtime and won the game 18-15.
Philly D, game time. Rank the NFC.
All the guys that Dallas didn't want.
Now, Philly D, do you want NFC East or NFC? But Randy McIntyre, and I'll answer it too. I'll just do the East, and then we could, how would you rank the NFC East quarterbacks? I know how I would have it, and I know Momo probably wouldn't be happy, but that's just
it'd have to be Hurts first.
Yes, Hurts is
It would have to be Jaden Daniels second.
I would go Dak second.
Only reason I say Jaden Daniels, he lifted a team that wasn't very good last year.
And he was a rookie.
Yes, he's a rookie. I understand that. Dak went 10-0 in his first 10 games as a rookie. And, listen, I'm just saying I like Jaden Daniels, but I think that, the league is going to adjust to him like they do all.
That's what they say the second half of the season, game time.
I'm just telling you, they're going to adjust to him next year. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. Now, if you're asking me who would I take going forward, it would be Jaden Daniels. But if I'm ranking them today, Dak's record is, is wow. He went to the championship game. That's a team game.
Yeah, one thing that I'm looking at is his health. He can't stay healthy, and you have to factor that in too.
But again, he didn't ask me like who do I want going forward? That would be Jaden Daniels. He said rank them as we sit here now. But I mean,
that's
close.
how I would rank them.
I mean,
okay.
It's close.
I have no problem. let me just say this about Daniel Daniels. I have no problem Hurts being
He has to be
being
one
number one. But
until
you
he
also got to
falls.
realize what Daniel Daniels did last year. He he did a lot of comebacks. He had a lot of comeback wins with less than 2 minutes left in the game to have them win games in overtime and regular season.
All I know is Dallas had him on the sideline in the fourth quarter against it, and we were a bad team at that point.
I remember that.
Yes,
in
then
your place. I'm not
and
saying
then he threw that pass, and then he threw that touchdown pass where your secondary on what they was thinking,
but I mean,
and
we
the guy
won
missed the
game.
extra point.
That's all I'm saying.
And I thank Dallas for that because that could have decided the division.
All I'm saying is I love Jaden Daniels, but if you're asking me rank them now from body of work,
No, I wouldn't say I would give he's a Super Bowl champion. So I would give Hurts one.
You have to until he falls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think he's a top tier quarterback. But I'll rank him one.
No, he is one of the top tier quarterbacks.
No. Yeah, delusional.
I'm not going
to. But anyway, I'll rank him because he won the Super Bowl.
Wins.
He got Super Bowl ring. I'll rank him one. Daniels 2, Dak. Dak, I'll consider it number 3. No matter what, because he didn't play half the season. But 3, and the Giants quarterback,
fair.
who that quarterback they wanted to throw in there.
That's
4.
fair. I'm not arguing you. You're totally fair. I'm just saying, body of work. I think in the right situation. But I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Did you say Jalen's not a top 10 or who's not a top 10?
I didn't say that. I don't know. I mean, I would have to really go and look at everything.
Mentioned that he's not.
That was Momo.
Yeah, it was Momo, but
no, because I still don't believe he's that guy. Y'all guys going back. I don't think he throws the ball very well. I think he's average. He's average quarterback to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking through the whole season, his whole body of work through his career. He has been average.
But remember, he almost was the MVP if he hadn't got hurt.
One at a time, please.
Slay sits there and says this is his top 4 elite.
That's just ridiculous.
Jalen's taking them all out. Jalen's taking them all out. So how is he not top?
I mean, here's my thing. This league. I just like this. I'll say this. This league is full of average and below average quarterback that the league made great. They make so someone does something, he's a great quarterback. The rules has projected these quarterbacks who are average and below average to be better what they really are. If we didn't have these rules they put in place for these quarterbacks, they wouldn't be as good as they are.
Yeah, but
I'm just being frank. I'm being honest with myself.
It doesn't apply to just Jalen Hurts. The rules
I'm
apply
talking about all quarterbacks.
Right. Okay. So how is he not a top tier quarterback?
Say if I was a betting person, if I look at his stats, all his stuff at work, I say he's number 7 in the league. He's not. He's in the top 5 in my book.
I'll just been in the Super Bowl twice in 3 years.
And again, he was on the team that won the Super Bowl, that went to the Super Bowl.
I would say this, Momo. You have to look at Jalen Hurts. Is he the most prolific passer? No. Is he?
Right. I agree with that.
But he's no Manning.
Let me finish my thought, please.
Big brother Manning.
But in saying that, the dude has showed that he does not waver. Again, his team, me and Randy both said it. I didn't really talk to Rob a lot throughout the playoffs, but we said, bet what you can afford on the Eagles. Right, Randy? Did we not say that?
Yes. And Brian, to add to that, there's one thing that Jalen Hurts is a freaking winner.
That's what it's about.
I mean, you can throw all that shit away. He's a winner, and he's won one Super Bowl. He's been to 2 in 3 years. You can't. Hey, give me that. I'll take that all freaking day.
Again, we all know that there's more to it than that. He has an unbelievable offensive line, but you can't take away from the quarterback because of that. You just can't. It's not fair to Jalen. Now, if you're telling me, Momo, that we're starting a franchise, and who are we going to go with? Well, most likely we're all going to go with your guy, probably over anybody, because he's young. He's the unknown. But I don't know. Jalen's young too. I mean, he just hasn't. He just has that aura that he doesn't let anything bother him. That's
I will
what's
say
kind of
this about
cool. I
Jaden.
like
I will
about him.
say this about Hurts. He's been a winner since high school and
That's what you
college.
got to look at. Mark
Yes,
Hudson, the
and
NFL,
the
it's a
pros, he
game
has
of luck
won.
one
I'm
day.
not
Let me
knocking
read the
that.
super chat. NFL it's a game of luck. One day you're at the top, the next day you're at the bottom. Thanks, Mark. Go ahead, Momo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
ask Brady. Yeah, say that to Brady.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Hurts for me. What I see him throw the ball, he's inconsistent when he's throwing the ball. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at my eyes.
Again.
My eyes ain't gonna lie. Is he a winner when he comes down to it? He's gonna play hard. He's gonna run the ball hard. And that's why it's hard.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's what makes this.
I think
What's good.
Momo's been hanging out with Michael Irvin on his cruise. Did you see that video on the?
I didn't see it. I did not see it. But Momo's a man of God. He ain't doing the white stuff. But
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, but I take your. I could have said, but yeah, no, I know, but
I mean, we all can have
remember,
difference of
everybody's
opinion.
allowed to have their own opinion.
Absolutely,
We don't.
Momo. I'm not too sure. I mean, you can
Internet
say that
junkie,
he's an
what up, brother?
inconsistent. Sorry, brother. Sorry, game time.
No, you're
you
good.
can say he's an inconsistent passer, but the thing is, he's a consistent winner. And if winning is a stat, this dude does it better than.
I agree with you.
And the quarterback out there.
Here's the deal: when you get 50 put up on you, not once but twice, almost. It kind of.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry. And I'm not even an Eagle fan, but he's a little gun shy right now.
I know, but let me say this: they turned the ball over a lot in that game.
That's ridiculous.
All right, let him finish, Bobby. Let him finish, buddy.
They turned the second when Jaden Hurts got hurt that game, and they came back and won the game. The defense was horrible, and when they played the Eagles, the 3 times they played the Eagles, the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't stop Saquon. The defense is the issue. That's why we got to draft defensive linebackers.
Well, that's what I was. Yeah, I agree with you.
Really, Dacky? Really?
Yeah, that's funny. Game time looking like Kim Jong-un. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I'll just say this as a Cowboy fan. I'd rather have a better team than a great.
Hold on. I got to say, somebody say Tripp Diffle is a winner. Tripp Diffle is not a winner because he was with the best defensive team in the history of football, NFL.
All the guys he mentioned he's just pulling. He's messing with
Jeff
you.
Hostetler, your daddy. Brad Johnson owned your ass. He said that he's just making the. He's just
that's ultra.
Gotcha.
Oh, is that who it is? I don't even know. Nick Foles, Joe Flacco. Yes.
Joe Flacco was his final year. It was the wide receivers that made him good. It made him get that big ass contract. And it was a fluke.
I just think it's a bad look.
Saquon is the real MVP. We all know that, But if you don't have Hurts doing the tush push and making smart decisions,
we won't have that no more.
Touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Zach.
1 yard away. If he had 3 touchdowns in that Super Bowl, it would have been a different story. Instead of
Momo, that push is coming back.
Oh, what they say? They ain't gonna do it
because they checked. Remember, they said they're gonna check for injuries. How many injuries?
They haven't voted yet. They haven't voted yet.
But they looked it up. The stat was looked up. How many times anybody got injured? That 0.
Right.
Game time said it 0.
Hey, don't be surprised if it go away. NFL
not going away.
Yeah, Jeff Hostetler is not in the Hall of Fame, Vinny.
He isn't.
Nor he should be.
I love him.
Hey, don't mess with my man.
But he's not a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he was being funny, but.
I have one question to the giant, to Jesse. On this one question. So is Phil Simms in the Hall of Fame, right?
No.
Phil Simms definitely is.
Okay.
Is
he? Do you think he's a would you? I don't have to ask. I don't think he's.
I don't think Phil Simms ain't in the Hall of Fame.
No, that's right. He's in running for a Hall of Fame.
So is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Some
people will say if you're gonna put I'm just saying
he's not in the Hall of Fame. No.
Okay. If they put that Giants guy who beat Tom Brady twice, that Manning boy, they gotta put Phil Simms in there.
Oh, definitely. I agree with that. But remember, in that time, it wasn't Phil Simms so much. Of course, he was a quarterback. That defense put everybody to sleep. That's what they're called, the Road Warriors, remember?
That's all I want to
Again,
say,
I would
Jesse.
just say everybody be careful because some great quarterbacks have never won a Super Bowl. So you just need to.
Marino.
Dan Marino.
But there are others too. I mean, it took
Jim
John
Plunkett.
Elway to get
No,
a
Jim
running
Plunkett
game.
won the Super Bowl.
It took John Elway to get a running game to win a Super Bowl. He couldn't do it. He was a
Terrell
loser.
Davis was the best thing that happened to him, and
You know what I'm saying?
I live
So,
in Denver, so I can
we're
agree
not
with
talking
you there.
about Dak, so there's no reason in the chat to say Dak's a loser. No, he's not. He's
Brett Favre.
Dak's record overall is unbelievable. He just hasn't gotten it done. Eagles has landed Super Bowl. I mean, he just hasn't gotten it done.
Dak hasn't got players.
No, but he had a couple teams where he should have won more.
Yeah.
But it ultimately falls on the team. Again, Eagles did an unbelievable job putting a team, and everybody thinks I'm being, you're hammering, Jalen because you're saying he put a great team. No, he had a great team this year, and they capitalized.
Yeah, he had a great O-line.
Everybody was saying that, this upcoming
Yeah, I
year.
like him right
And
there,
I
too.
kept
He's a
saying,
pretty good
win it this
quarterback.
year because I know Bobby remembers. Go ahead and win it this year because you never know when all hell breaks loose and you lose this guy and you lose that guy.
And
I didn't think they were going to win.
I
Brian
told
kept
you that they
saying,
should have, didn't I?
yeah, but also the Eagles center had retired the year before.
Yeah, but their center right now is doing that.
Same time.
Yeah,
If you
so-
guys would have added one more piece in one of those 12-5 seasons, a wide receiver or somebody.
And I'm not making excuses for Dak. I'm just saying have been guys who have been unbelievable winners in this league, never to make it. Look at the Cleveland Browns at quarterback. I mean, Bernie Kosar.
Bernie
Kosar.
He got a ring with us.
Yeah, he had a run with us, but you know what I mean. Look at Archie Manning with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, yeah, we're Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Yet they
Fran
couldn't
Tarkenton
win.
is
They were
in the Hall of
chokers?
Fame. Is Fran
Crazy
Tarkenton
Legs.
in the Hall of Fame?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Crazy Legs. Yeah, he's in.
Didn't Randall Cunningham get a ring with us too?
What?
Trader.
Yeah, I
No,
think
that
he
was-
did.
I think it was Benny Kosar.
No, Randall got one with us too.
Not
No,
blasphemy.
not Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, he got a ring with us.
Uh-uh.
He
came
was a
in
backup to
when Troy was
Aikman, but he got a ring with us.
No, he
Well,
went with Minnesota
Randall.
and they missed a field goal and they.
No, but he
missed
played for
like
Dallas
100
too.
field goals
He
in a
did,
row.
but he didn't.
He's
He
never
never
won
did
one.
that.
He got a ring
Yeah.
with us.
You're thinking of Steve Berline.
Yeah.
No,
Steve
Randall
Berline.
Cunningham. He got a
Randall
ring with us.
Cunningham, because I'm looking at it. I
Cunningham
think
never
he
got a
You
did
had
ring.
go
Bernie
there.
Kosar, Randall Cunningham, or
Cunningham
Steve
never got
Berline.
a ring.
And Steve Walsh.
Steve Berline, Steve
Mhm.
Walsh, Wade Wilson, Jason Garrett, and another guy.
Hey Rob, you know who almost got
During those
got a ring too? Your boy Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question,
Almost.
game time.
Sure,
He
go ahead.
actually
So
has
what's
a ring, though.
what's the
He got a ring,
significance?
Jesse.
What is
Oh,
the
that's right. He did get a
significance
ring.
of
He
the
did
draft
get a ring.
of the
17.
Hold up,
because he was
one at a
still on the
time.
No, that's
team.
right.
Yeah,
I'm
sitting on his
wanted,
ass.
he was still on the team.
game time?
Yes.
So what's the significance? Can anybody answer me? That the Jaguars trading Christian Kirk to the Texans?
Well, that means
Lunacy.
that Stephon Diggs ain't coming back. Stephon Diggs is
Pure lunacy.
gone.
Brian, I have a question for you.
Yes. What's up?
On
Hey, Linda,
on the
how are you,
salary
Linda?
cap. On the salary cap,
Yes.
you know, how much do we have right now?
I'd have to look at it.
It's 54. It's
But it-
54.
Yeah,
yeah,
about
but it
okay.
hasn't.
Does that include the money that's going to start at the beginning of next Monday, the new year?
No, we
Yes.
get the
Yeah.
leftover money from last
The
year, but just
rollovers, yeah.
remember, it's about as much as the dead money, so it'll kind of offset. But no, we get
Okay.
more. We get like another 18, but we're gonna have around that or maybe a little more in dead money. They haven't even started. No, I haven't gone to the cap. I'll go over the cap right now and tell you, but sometimes it's not up to date. It's a little wonky, so I can give you a round of about. But right now, Dallas is at 54-1. But again, if you sign Micah, even if he gets $36 million a year, people don't understand this, but they'll save because right now Micah counts $24 million against the cap. Okay, his cap number will be $9 million most likely, maybe 10. Let's say 10. Let's say he'll be $10 million this year. That means you're saving $14 million. So you go from 54. That now you're up to 68. right? And obviously, if you sign Bland, that'll bring it down. But the first year of Bland's contract isn't going to be that much.
What
And they
about
haven't
Yeah,
done-
well, that brings me to my next statement. Having said that, it's been a long time since we've kind of been excited about what they're doing in the front office. And I'll say this, because of what you do, Brian, it came out yesterday in the media that was a push because we can see everything out there, salary caps, everything
they don't like
else.
that.
And the people are, and I'm telling you right now, this is different this year than I've seen in 20 years. They're bringing money forward, and I believe we're going to sign better people than some people think. I think there's going to be one signing that none of us is going to see coming.
West
It's going to be
Virginia.
big. That's just my opinion.
You know why, Randy?
But I don't. I personally don't believe that some players don't want to go to this dysfunction called Jerry Jones and his son. I don't
Well,
believe
the
players.
dysfunction is looks like it's stepping aside finally, and our GM now is going to be our player personnel guy.
Momo, everyone would want to go to Dallas because they can get a TV deal. Stop.
Well, y'all can have your fun, but I'm just being honest. I mean, you can.
I'm being honest too. Hey, listen, I'm kind of concerned right now because if I'm a Dallas fan, I want Micah signed before Osa or anyone else or pulling these triggers. I want my number one guy signed right fucking now. I don't want to put.
I agree with you. And we're seeing signings that we haven't seen this early in the season in forever.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you guys are kicking ass. You're making moves, and I'm happy. I want some competition. But
Well, that's my thing. Let's stop it right there. Let's stop it right there.
Oh, God.
You just brought up something that I want to talk about. And Rob can talk about this. I want to hear Loyal. I haven't heard Loyal. Who else is in here? Virus can talk. But why do, and this is a question for all my Eagle people in the chat. Why is there, just like I never said Dallas was going to the Super Bowl, not once this year. And we know how hard it's been. I know people don't really care for the Cowboys, but I just wonder why when they do anything that you just poo-poo it. Why can't we, us Cowboy fans, just be a little happy that our general manager is doing things that the last time I was this happy was when we drafted a CD and Diggs, because it was what we all wanted. We all sat here and said, well, man, if CD falls for us at 12 and I really love, Trayvon Diggs, we're just happy. We're not saying that we're going to the Super Bowl. We're not saying that we're better than anybody. It just seems like they're doing business like they should. And we're just a little happy about it. Why do we gotta?
Who's that for?
Well,
I just want to win a damn playoff game at this point.
Well, listen, like a lot of people are poo-pooing everything. I'm like, don't you want competition, Eagle fans? Don't you want us to be good, or you just like us to be pushovers and all this shit is junk, and you don't want us to be good because you might lose, and then you got to deal with the asshole Cowboy fans that live in this area, not meaning me, but you know what I mean. I mean, like, what's the problem? Why can't we have a little something? Why does everything got to be?
I can explain that.
Well,
I can too.
Okay, everybody can do it, but let's be quick with each answer.
And I look at the people from around this country and parts of the world. Everywhere you go, Dallas is pushed forward than any other team. And fans are fed up with it and have been fed up for over 20 years. Anytime Dallas do anything, people gonna bring it, say, hey, no.
Nobody,
because y'all in the headlines
every week.
Every week. Just hit me out.
We'll go
So y'all in the headlines all the time.
Right.
All the time. During the Super Bowl week, during the playoff week, we're not in the playoffs. That's the reason people gonna shit on the Cowboys every time.
It's the media that blows that up. They're always the ones going, "Oh,
you know why? You know why?
I was about to say that.
You know why why you're saying that, Momo?
Because of Jerry Jones.
Because Jerry Jones owns the stadium. A lot of other teams, they lease the stadium. That's why. That's why people are. That's the only reason. Is because Jerry Jones. I'm saying he had success when he first bought him. He hasn't had a lot of success now, but that's why That's why people hate on the Cowboys.
I want
Because
friendly
Jerry
competition.
loves a
I
soap
want the
opera. That's
rivalry
all that
from
is.
Washington
Jerry
and
loves a
Dallas.
soap opera.
I want the rivalry between Dallas and Washington. I'm just saying, as a person looking from the outside, and I've seen all this stuff, and all my friends who don't like Dallas, that's the reason they don't like it,
All
because
right,
they hear all the time. Dallas this
All right, let's
on
get
sports
somebody else in
radio.
here, Rob, and then just let's take turns. Rob, go ahead. Like, why can't we have anything that make us happy? It's has nothing to, don't you want us to be good? And before Rob, you answer this, let me just say, I said before the beginning of the year, before Dallas had the season of hell with all kinds of reasons, that I wanted everybody to be good because I missed the olden days of having NFC East championship games. Now, you guys did have it with Washington, but, I just missed the days of Dallas versus Eagles in a wild card, or, Dallas versus the Giants, Dallas versus Washington.
I remember them days.
I mean, Rob, like, why do some Eagle fans get so upset just if we have just a little bit of joy? Why do they have to poo-poo everything?
Well, I think in today's day and age, I think with social media being out there, not everybody is like you. What I mean by that is that you'll keep it 100%. You hold your team accountable when they shit, and you praise them when they do good things. I think right now, Dallas, you guys are doing good things. You guys are.
But we have done nothing other than make room on the salary cap, and yet,
right.
I do a video and it's like, oh, come on, you guys suck. Jerry's not going to do anything. I'm like, okay. And real quick, Mark Hutchton, NFL would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Jerry Jones. And I agree with that. And
He's
thank
the
you
ringmaster.
for the super chat. I mean, I give him credit, but we're all tired of the show, Mark. Like, we want somebody else to take over the thing. It's just frustrating because I can't have any enjoyment. It's just I got to be in shit. I have to be in shit 7 days a week. I can't have any enjoyment. I'm actually happy. I mean, I want the Giants. Hey, Jesse, I want your team to get your act together because it's a shit show. You should have never won the effing
rivalry,
game,
man.
I like the Giant game. Who did we lose? I don't know. We lost somebody. Anyway,
Brian, I got a little.
It's a rivalry.
Chris, I believe.
It was Blue Virus.
Yeah.
That's why we got to take turns. I'm talking too much, but. Whoever wants to go in the chat, go.
Well, let me just finish my thought. My thought is this: is that not every content creator, not every fan is like you who keeps it 100%. There's some delusional fans out there, and when you have Mark Holmes, like he just put out a video, Eagles fans will be pissed, and I love it. And he sits there and pumps his chest out like, we ain't afraid of you guys, and I don't expect you to. You know
why I think that is, Rob? Just in my opinion, I got extended family members that are diehard Eagle fans.
Sure.
So again, I'm not that type of person, but I am human. I mean, I am going to make videos where I'll, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to stick my nose like my finger in your face and say, Eagles suck, because I don't like it when they're horrible. That's just me. I like it. That's just how I am.
Rob,
now, I'm going to tell you.
I get a lot.
Just real quick. It hurts my
yet.
channel that I'm not like that, Rob. Just to let you know.
I understand.
Believe me when I tell you, that draws more trolls and it draws more views. So keep that in mind. But it is what it is. I got to be
sure.
I got to be true to myself, and if that means my channel stays where it's at, then that's fine. I'll be okay with it.
Game time. Why do you think I'm here? I'm a Giants fan, and I love your show.
I appreciate that. Living in Philly, and that's another conversation.
Hey, we're sorry, Jesse.
Rob. I'm the one that gets.
We're sorry, Jesse. We know you're having a tough time.
Dustin Roberts, what's up, brother?
In the chat,
fuck me, running.
You have Mark Holmes pumping his chest out, doing this shit and that. It's like, you guys are functioning like a real team right now. You guys are getting you're stacking your money, you're redoing your contract. That's great. Pump the brakes. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and trust me, Rob. Everybody says, why do I have a problem with Jerry Jones? Because he didn't have to say anything. Yet he felt the need to kick us in the stomach again and allude that, we don't need to use free agency to fill holes. Well, shut up, Jerry. Even if you are planning on screwing us over, don't tell us a week before. Right, Randy?
All in.
Yeah, I agree. Jerry could talk for 5 minutes and he doesn't say anything. I mean, he just talks in circles, and I'm thinking, what the hell is he talking about now?
He's the ringmaster.
No, he's the crypt keeper. He looks rough.
The focus of attention always has to be on him.
That's
Just
Palpatine.
laughs.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't want Jerry's face out there anymore. That's the
Thanks,
problem
Linda. I
with the
Jerry
Cowboys.
Palpatine. That's what he is.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of Jerry. I want him to just shut up and go back into his
That's all.
hole.
It's like, I feel like he's an Eagle fan. It's like we have a little bit of not even in-season success, a little off-season success, and we got to kick us in the nuts. It's like, all right, give us a break a little bit. We got under the salary cap a week before free agency. That's a win in my book. That's worth a win. But
game time, I'm confused.
Anyway,
what did Jerry exactly say? Because I missed it. 'Cause I was.
He didn't. He's playing. He's
Just talking.
Yeah, he's playing possum, man. Jerry
So,
said
not
they don't
eating 'em?
have to use free agency, but trust me, there are leaks in that building, and I'm
Same guy that said we were going all in last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm the
who
one
did?
guy who, there's a few of us that I do talk to some people, and they're gonna do a couple moves. It may not be $20 million a year moves. That's not gonna happen. Look for That's why I said to Nick Bolton, they are really going to make a strong move for Nick Bolton. If it happens, then, that's a little bit of a pat on my back. Maybe we'll get more.
That moves the needle.
Keep doing what you're doing, Brian. You're great. Thanks, West Virginia country boy. I can't wait to hang out with you.
Yes.
I have a strong feeling the fans, your fans,
Randy's next.
got to his ear. And so enough is enough. I think you guys actually pushed him over the hill.
Well, you could thank Brian for that because all of these podcasts are saying we can see everything you got back there and you're not spending money and you're not going out and getting players and we're sick of it. Either you go do it or we're done.
And
that's what I'm saying.
And Randy, when I do those videos, I get so much hate from Dallas fans. And, I see the names. Some are here and some are not here. And it's like, God forbid I criticize. Just remember, I love the team. I'm only criticizing because I'm frustrated. That doesn't mean I'm right, but it seems like a decent amount of people agree with me. And if you don't, that's cool because...
Well, Brian, me and you are a little bit older than a lot of the guys here. And so we see the right part of football. And, you're going to have these guys come in. They're not actually Cowboy fans. If they were Cowboy fans, they would stick to their guns and say, hey, we agree with y'all. Let's get this right.
Anybody that's still following the Cowboys now that's our age
are real fans.
Because we haven't seen shit, and we see it all the time. I've seen it a half dozen times in the chat, and you guys are right. I'm not sitting there arguing with you. We've won 4 playoff games since our last Super Bowl in 1995. 4. 4.
Hey, I'm 64. Do you realize that I was 35 when they won their last Super Bowl? 35. That was 30 years ago.
Think about that.
How old were you, Brian?
Go ahead, Mo.
About Cowboys, and I'm a diehard Washington fan. I used to sell Cokes at RK Stadium, and I'm 63 years old. The Cowboys was established when Roger Staubach and Tom Landry was there. That's what's Cowboy. Everybody hated them then. And then when Jerry bought the team, and we didn't hate Jerry, we hated, we feared who? Jimmy Johnson.
Everyone hated the Cowboys with Starbuck. I think that's what made America's team. He was awesome.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that at the Cowboy, I just want competition from everybody because when you beat on somebody all the time, it's not fun. It's not fun to watch.
That's
it's not
how
fun
I
to watch
am.
them games.
But
it's not fun.
But some people are miserable in their own lives, and they just don't want anybody else to have.
I remember the times when the NFC was the most feared. NFC East was the most feared.
And guess what? Guess what else, Jesse? Guess who else was in that division? St. Louis was in that division.
What's up, Daz?
Arizona, you mean?
Now,
Arizona, St. Louis, Phoenix Cardinals.
Guys,
They were there.
Let me put my input in here.
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. You're up.
So Giants are like 10 to 12 years away. They're a joke.
But in this league, that's not true.
Dallas is letting people have Mardi Gras in their stadium. Thank God they're making moves, and hopefully they can re-sign Micah and make some splashes in the offseason, or they're not going to be competitive. And Washington, they got a quarterback. Everyone else is 100 years old. And
well, that's what I was saying to Momo.
Rob, we are in rebuild. We are in rebuild. It's not going to take 10 years to rebuild.
Well, if you keep making the same mistakes, it will.
That's where
if you keep
you're
winning
right
games
now.
when you shouldn't, it will.
Well, here you go again.
That pissed me off. Everybody was here when I was live streaming.
Imagine me.
I'm just saying that's just egregious. I would have went in and fired my GM that night. So what are you doing?
We were all saying, all these fans that I know, we said, why
I hate to go back to that, but that was ridiculous. Now you're sitting there going to give up multiple ones to move up the 2 spots to get the quarterback that you could have had.
I just hope that's a rumor. Else, I don't know.
No, it's not a rumor. You're going to have the number 1 pick. It's not a rumor. You might not have to give up that much. Maybe just 2 ones. How's that?
If y'all don't go up and get number 1, I think the Raiders or somebody like that might.
Tennessee's not staying there. They would be fools.
No, they would be.
Tennessee's going to get more picks. I can see that happening.
Yes, they'd be stupid if they stayed at number 1.
Matt,
that's where the West Coast stands right now. Dallas isn't the most hated. It's Kansas City.
Yeah, that I can see that.
Hey, Ultra, I think
because
Jersey
Taylor
might
Swift
be coming tomorrow.
Yep. Bring the social media shit
Oh, no,
in
the
there.
10th, Monday.
They're tired of it.
It's that winning fatigue of them just dominating for.
I think his jersey might be coming Monday, Ultra, and then I need your address.
I do think the Cowboys are, if they go out and get a linebacker, and they go out.
Not a threat. They're like, Dallas won't make a move, so they're not a threat anymore.
I go ahead, Randy.
On all the fans that I know, 49ers, Seahawks fans, Chargers.
I think so, Ultra. I'll let you know, unless it's something else that's coming from UPS.
San Fran, right now is a dumpster fire.
I think it's from Fanatics, though, Ultra. I haven't ordered anything from Fanatics, so.
Hey, yeah, I'm game time, Brian.
You out of here, brother?
Yeah, I'm about to go. I'm about to leave because
thanks for stopping.
I'm about to get my own.
I'm going to
podcast.
do live streams on Sunday too. Maybe I know me and Phil. I'm not ending, but me and Phil are going live tomorrow night.
Momo, have fun with that sophomore slump.
Make sure everybody's subbed up to Primetime Phil because he's coming out of the cave to do a show tomorrow night. So we're going to do a show on his channel. But
anyway, Brian, what I was saying
I'll talk
is,
to you, Momo.
Take it easy.
Later, Mo.
If we go out and get a linebacker like Greenlaw or Bolton, and if we go out and get a defensive back somewhere like Zaire, Alexander, and maybe go out and get a defensive tackle, then we can play with offense along the draft and do what we need to do. I don't want to trade for draft picks for these older receivers. I want to draft younger
kind of
players.
where I'm at, but everybody's, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think we're going to get all that. I'll be honest with you, Randy. I think you're going to get 2 moves before the draft.
I don't think, not with Jerry. Jerry loves his picks.
I think you're good. No, he's not trading. I'm saying
I'm not trading any picks.
Yeah. I think you're going to get a linebacker, and you're going to get you might get a receiver. I don't know that we'll get a corner. I would like a corner, but I think we get maybe a receiver and a linebacker, or I think we're getting a linebacker in free agency. That's
yes, I agree with you. I just want to trade down in the first round and get more picks. Is what I'd like to see.
There, but what's up, Gil?
Jerry
How
does.
are you?
That's Jerry. That's a Jerry maneuver.
Let's see who else we got here who hasn't talked.
So DK would be like an AJ Brown move, bro. You got to be happy with that.
He's only 27. I don't know. I think he's going to. I know.
The Raiders. He's going to go to the Raiders.
I think it makes a lot of sense. But would Seattle want to trade him to another AFC team? I guess the Raiders aren't very good, and they're a long way off.
Well, Seattle's NFC.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, Seattle's soon to be without a quarterback because I think Geno's out.
We knew that when they got him.
Maybe the 49ers might sign DK Metcalf. You never know.
Nah, they ain't got no money, bro. They ain't got no money.
Actually, rumor is Joey Bosa's going to the Niners.
Oh my God.
Hell, they got to pay Purdy. They got to pay Purdy.
Exactly.
The
That's to say, they're indeed cap trouble.
I have a question for everybody. They're saying, Rob, have you heard anything? I heard something that I don't know. I think it was somebody in my chat that said he's getting 40 per. Don't you? you think that number is going to be higher for Purdy than 40?
Well,
they offered him 45.
Yeah, they offered him 45.
And no, it's got to be higher than that.
Yeah,
it's going to be closer to 50. It's going to be closer to 50.
I predict it's going to be 53 to 55. I mean, it won't be as high as Dak. I think so. I mean,
he needs at least
down
50.
the road, though. They could kick that price down the road, though.
I mean, the market is the market, and I don't expect him to go above Dak because again, I think the Niners can't afford that. But I think it's going to be 55.
So they offered him 45 and he turned it down, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think,
wow.
Hey, Aisha Robertson, I'm sorry.
Players.
I didn't know that.
If I miss
They're
anybody, just spam
time.
the
They're
chat.
losing a bunch of players. They
We
can't
have a
pay
nice,
everybody.
busy stream
He turned
tonight.
down $45 million.
Yeah. And he
What a
should.
waste of money. They're
Well,
all right,
but they don't have anybody else to back him up right now, so they're going to have to pay.
They're losing players.
Here we
They're
go.
losing
Ultra
players. Why they can't pay
Cowboy.
'em?
Yeah, hold up, everybody. Let's see. Where
Sure.
is it here? There we go. Breaking news from Ultra Cowboy. Josina Anderson, meanwhile, sounds to me like the current amount Trey Hendrickson is seeking is beyond what the Cowboys would want to spend for a player of his level based on what I'm hearing. Yeah,
I've heard the same thing.
I said that, but Bolton will get about 13 annually. That's fine. And in the first year,
if you don't get Bolton, that's all.
But I'm saying that's what his market is. Greenlaw is actually, even though he's a higher ranked free agent, and even though he's a bigger guy, maybe more physical. Yeah, Bolton's a smaller guy, but Bolton's from Frisco. Bolton has ties to Dallas. So, Randy and Loyal, I appreciate you both. Keep it real. Thank you.
Thank you, Philly D.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very happy that they're both a part of the channel and help me out because they're humble, yet they are very passionate and knowledgeable about the game, which is hard to find. A lot of times you just got people want to yell and flex, but not that.
Yeah, it sounds like Mark's channel.
Nah, Mark's my guy. I don't want to hammer Mark.
I love Mark to death.
I mean, everybody's different though. He's killing it. But
he's killing it. It's
I'm just a different type of. I'm just different. Thanks.
What's up, Asia?
And I will do a drawing.
Hey, Asia.
I will do a drawing before I get out. We'll go back to the hopper tonight, and you guys can pick an item from the Game Time merch store. But we're gonna stay on for a little bit. We'll stay on maybe till 11. So thanks, Jimbo. I hope it's good. I think everybody is kind of not talking over each other, and that's the important thing because even though in the Zoom call we could all hear each other clear on the broadcast, it's like it's not as good. So I actually think we've done fairly well. I hope nobody minds if I cut them off to read a super chat. I don't like to wait until the end of the broadcast like some. Listen, if I had 1,500 people in here, I probably would have to, but we don't. So we can. I try and do both, and then you guys can pick right back up.
It's quality, not quantity.
But you know what I mean? I'm trying to get to the people, and if I missed anything in the chat, just spam it. Aisha Robertson, I know you miss your mom. I lost both of my parents, so I lost my brother.
I just want to say to all teams, be patient. It's not over yet. I know no big real
Thanks,
splashes.
Jimbo. Appreciate it, bro.
They'll come.
Bobby, if we don't sign anybody next week, then I'll be pissed at the end of the week. I'm not saying the first day or so.
I'm going to be pissed if we don't sign somebody the first day, just because I'm going to be streaming for 8 hours.
Well, I know, but you know what I mean.
Reading Howie season. I can see that, no, right? I can
see Howie.
I think Washington is going to be a busy team on day one. Simply because
they really just need odds and ends.
No, but Washington, again, Momo's not here, and I told them they need to start drafting better. Rob, am I not right? You cannot do this every year. I mean, okay, you went out and got Frankie Louvu. A lot of those free agents did not work out well. They overpaid big time for Dorrance Armstrong, who had a bad year in Washington.
And not to cut you off game time, but I want to remind the Washington GM that he traded the Eagles and we got Cooper DeJean. So there you go.
But Rob, don't you think they have to draft better? I know it's
They do have to draft better, absolutely. I mean, to me,
Well,
they
that
lean
goes
too
on their
much on
scouts
free
too.
agency. And they gotta get younger. I mean, I think what you said is absolutely right. I think Washington's going to be probably the busiest on day one.
Yeah,
they have the money.
I don't think they're making the playoffs next year.
Loyal Cowboy, real quick, and then let Rob finish his thought, and then I want to go to Loyal. Rob, finish your thought.
Yeah, I think they need Will McClay or someone like that in there to really do a good job as far as scouting goes to hit in the draft. They just haven't. They haven't in quite a while. In fact, I think the only draft pick that I think they've done well that's like extremely noticeable is Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That he just keeps producing regardless of the quarterback, regardless of the coach. He's just producing. Now, Loyal, what do you think regarding a day one? What do you want to see? Like you're on board with going out and getting a veteran. I could see like you want to trade like actual draft picks for a veteran. Is that who in free agency would you be happy with? You don't even have to say a name. Like what position?
Receiver.
Now we all know that, but that would end any hope of getting a Buka in the draft if we do that. You know what I mean?
At this point, I just want to see him get somebody that's going to be impactful, veteran from a veteran standpoint on our team. I'm tired of getting all these players that have got a lot of miles that were good in the past, but now they're just kind of washed up and going downhill. Right. I want them to get somebody. I want them to do something like the Eagles did. They went out and they got AJ Brown. They got impactful players. Washington. We just tend to target those players that are just got a lot of miles.
Yeah, here's
good before.
Yeah, I agree with you, but here's how I look at it, and I want to circle back to whoever else. But I was going to go to Randy next. If Chris wants to get in, you can. But Randy, I want to tell you what I want, and then you could say, well, I want this, or I don't care how you go with it. But just this is what I want. This is why I'm kind of against all these trades. I want to go out and solidify by re-signing. Jordan Lewis is going to be cheap. He's coming back, people. To get Micah's contract done, right? We already got Osa in, and make a decision one way or another with D-Law, right? So if you're bringing D-Law in, great. If you're not, let him go, and then you bring back our two lesser, like Lawson and Golston. But I want to, that's our own. And then I want to go out and get a linebacker, a very good linebacker in free agency. Don't have to be the top of the line. If you look it up, Nick Bolton's not going to make top money. He's just a very consistent tackling machine that you could slide right in. And maybe go out and get a corner. That way you go into the draft and you could address the skill positions in the draft. Running back, go get yourself a receiver. Everybody forgets we do have CeeDee Lamb. Okay. We do have, decent tight ends, but I think I would like to be able to address in the first couple of rounds our skill positions. Randy, do you agree, or do you want us to go in a different direction?
No, actually, everything that you just said, I agree with. I would maybe trade for a Cooper Kupp because it's not going to cost you much, or they just wait until he gets cut. And something's going to happen there. I agree with what you said about the defensive backs and all that. I pretty much agree with what you just said.
Go ahead, Lou.
I was gonna throw a curveball at y'all.
Throw it.
What do you think about?
That's why I'm doing this.
Like, if we got a good linebacker, what do you think about us maybe trying Overshown at safety?
What?
I don't think so, Lou.
You don't like that?
Well, I only say that because his whole, I don't know about in high school, but his whole college career, he's coming forward as a tackling machine. Now you're getting a guy to go backwards. That's like you're trying to write with the other hand, or it's
and you have to rely on that speed, that safety, and what the bum needs.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need that speed.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's a speedster.
Yeah, you don't want him back there trying to help cover a Tyreek Hill.
I mean, it's an interesting thought, but Overshown, and I just want to be preface, Overshown wasn't a perfect player before the injuries. He would shoot the wrong gap at times, but the dude has a never-ending motor, and I love it.
Playmaker.
He's not
Loyal.
a perfect
It's like this.
player.
Don't fix something that's not broken.
No, but I mean,
That's just a thought.
No, yeah, and I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate it, but I don't have the exact answer. But I wouldn't see that. He's a linebacker, in my opinion.
Playmaker.
But I would go. I just want to solidify our defense. Bring back the guys I said. Stop waiting. Just stop waiting. Be aggressive with signing the guys you want to keep, and then once you realize who you're not keeping, then go into free agency. I think linebacker is an obviously spot. Why wait for the draft for linebacker? Why?
I agree. You got to get linebacker.
That way, in the first round, if Genty is there or McMillan is there, or even a Mason Graham is there, you could go get them. There's not a position in the first round I would be pissed at if you just do those little bit of things, and I think they will. And then in the second round, you get the other position that you didn't get. If you didn't get running back in the first round, then go get you one in the second round.
God knows there's plenty of them.
I don't think we're going to re-sign Rico. I think, you know what? I mean, we can get 2 running backs. That's going to equal it. You get 2 running backs and you get 2 defensive tackles in the draft, because defensive tackle is big this year. So that's where we need help at.
Yeah. And
quality didn't get hurt.
My question to Rob, and we'll go with Rob A first, followed by Bobby, is assuming Garrett is not coming to Eagles and you get to keep your 32 pick, what would be the guy that you would want there, Rob A? Or, give me a couple names that you are looking at for the Eagles to draft. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but, if you know what I mean, if you know any of the names.
Go first.
I really think we should go out there and probably, if we want to get aggressive, I would like to try to trade up and get Abdul Carter. If we don't,
realistically.
Okay, so being realistic. I honestly really just kind of think that we need to go out there.
Is
get,
it Jihad
Campbell, linemen.
Or is it an edge rusher?
I'd probably try to get like a Booker out of Alabama.
So even as good as you are on the interior, you want more.
Yeah.
Well, look what they did with it.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, because on the surface you would think, okay, unload Huff and go get you an because you're going to get an unbelievable player on the edge.
That's ridiculous.
You already brought back Bond, so you don't need a Jihad Campbell necessarily. So that's out of the question. So to me, it's edge rusher.
How about Nolan? Would you want Nolan for your defensive line?
Walter Nolan?
Well, Nolan's hurt, isn't he?
No, he'll be fine.
No. Walter Nolan's great. You're talking about the kid out of Mississippi, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Walter Nolan.
Yeah. Again,
I gotta close my door.
If you don't re-sign Milton,
if we lose Milton, and if he ends up in New England or wherever, to go out there to get Walter Nolan would be a great move.
We're glad to adopt Milton, Rob. We're perfectly glad to adopt him.
So I like that move. I think that'd be a good move. I also like Cam Williams out of Texas as far as offensive tackle. I think they said that he plays a lot like Ronnie Stanley, and I think with Lane getting older, I'd kind of like to go and start drafting for depth there, and possibly pick up a tackle, offensive tackle.
Hey, Rob, that'd be Wisconsin. They got plenty of them.
I was also thinking of tight end for y'all too. Your tight ends always hurt quite often.
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree there.
you're gonna go to me next game time. I got this.
All right.
And your tight end is
And one last name I want to
Yeah,
throw
as
out
soon
there,
as
'cause I'm a
Rob's
big
done, I'll
fan
go
of.
to Bobby Babinski.
I'll be quick with this one. The last name out there that I would love to go out there and get is Jack Sawyer from Ohio State. I like his motor. I
That's
like
my
his
guy.
motor. So if we can go out there and get a Jack Sawyer, he reminds me a lot of Hutch there in Detroit, where he just has a high motor. So to me, if we lose Sweat, I'd like to go and draft Sawyer.
Sweat's gone.
All right, go ahead.
I like
Bobby.
Jack Sawyer.
Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go with what Rob A said earlier. We're gonna lose Milt Williams, right, Rob?
Yes, sir. I think so.
Okay, so we got Kenneth Grant.
Come to daddy.
Kenneth Grant to replace him. That guy is insane. And we got Jalix Hunt to replace Keith Sweat. So there you go, right there. So
Keith
there's
Sweat.
our pick. And then Malachi
Keith
Starks
Sweat.
to replace
Keith Sweat.
Fucking Keith
He's gonna
Sweat.
sing a tackle to him.
Fucking Keith Sweat.
We
Keith
got
Sweat
Malachi Starks.
is an R&B singer from
Kenneth
back in the
Grant
day.
is good.
Keith Sweat.
Nobody.
I love Keith Sweat, but
I know I messed up. I'm sorry.
Keith Sweat.
You shall not pass nobody.
Keith
So
Sweat. I like
Malachi
Keith
Starks
Sweat.
to replace C.J. Gardner Johnson because he's on his last year. So
Yeah,
there's your
CJ's done.
replacement right there.
You
And
know
then
who
we
I
get
like, everybody?
Atterboro is a running back to replace Kenny G, and the draft is.
Man, I said one pick, and he's giving the whole draft. He's just unloading. I want this. I want
Well,
that.
Just going
they
eight-
do
he's
draft
going
at
eight shit
32. Y'all do draft Bobby at 32.
That's why we got to trade up for Kenneth Grant.
Fucking what's it all, man? I love it.
How we can.
What are you gonna do at 32? Well, I want a running back. I want Keith Sweat to man my linebacker
I want Keith
group.
Sweat to sing and beat him up.
But hey, Randy, do you know who I like, man? The more I hear about him and see him, I love the tight end for LSU, Mason Taylor.
Yeah, Mason Taylor.
I like him.
Oh, yeah, and he's a second
Loveland-
rounder.
Yeah, I like
I
him.
grab him. I grab him because remember, you're that Eagles tight end. What's his face? He's getting
What if we
long
get-
in the tooth.
Hey, Randy, what if we get the Oregon tight end, Ferguson, and have two Fergusons running the fuck around? I think I'd be confused.
Fergie.
Yeah, that would be confusing. We want to get one of them
that's
big tight
Jason-
ends.
Yeah, exactly. That's Jason Taylor's son. But
Yes,
he's just
I'd
he's
take
just
him in a heartbeat.
He's a great all around guy. You probably have to take him, by round 3. But I'm
Right.
just saying he's the kind of guy that I don't want to hang on to guys and just fall in love with guys that are mediocre. Like
Ferguson didn't do nothing. I know he was hurt, but he didn't do a whole lot the last year.
yeah.
Hey, Rob, Bob, what do you think about your boy there, Trotter Jr.?
He's a backup. He needs a year or two.
You think he played pretty well when
I
he put
thought
him in?
Yeah, no, Kobe Dean's out for the year, so he has to step up. But we got Burks too.
Dean's
so
out
we're
for the
fine.
year. I don't think he's out for the year.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
he
coming
hurt
back from the
He's
playoffs.
coming back, but he's going to be out for at least a few games. Quite a few games.
He'll be back. I need Keith Sweat.
Yeah, we gotta get Sweat in. We gotta get a T-shirt. We gotta get a T-shirt. Make it made. Where you want Keith Sweat?
Hey, game
Keith
time,
Sweat
game
coming
time.
in.
Can I throw one other name out there?
Yeah, go ahead,
Throw
man.
one other name. If I was a Cowboy fan and I was the GM for the Cowboys, the pick that I'd go out there and get is Jackson Dart. Just saying.
No, don't you dare!
let's go.
Don't you do that! Don't you do that!
That would create a lot of controversy if we sign Jackson Dart.
Rob, I love you. Put the dart down. Put that dart down.
Randy McIntyre has been on Dart for months, and I hopped on a couple months ago. I'm like, all right, let me look at him. I brought him up, and we were looking at some stuff. I like everything about the kid. The only thing that bothers me, Rob, is he's a little too good looking. I think of the dude who was drafted by the Jets.
Remember you and
We'll
I
beat him.
talked about that the
We'll
other
punch him in the
day.
face a few
He's
times. Break his nose.
Okay, I
we'll
lose
fine.
track of who I'm. Who was it with the Jets? He reminds me of him just a look.
Joe Namath?
No, not
No,
Joe Namath. The other punk.
Sanchez.
No, the dude who's out of who was a bust.
Oh,
Oh, the guy out of BYU?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, him.
Damn
He
it.
reminded me of Lance Arbor from
Yeah. Oh,
Varsity
yeah.
Blues.
That's it. Yeah.
Paul Walker.
Yeah. We
That's
were
Lance
talking
Arbor.
about that. Lance Harbor. Yeah. Yeah. The
Just
whipped
leave,
cream
please,
bikini.
please.
Yep.
You guys
Oh,
already
yeah.
got me crazy. Leave Dart alone because
Jackson
we're up to
Dart.
us.
Jackson
Yeah.
Dart
I
would
think
be the
he's the best
man in
quarterback.
Dallas.
I would love it, but it ain't gonna happen.
For real.
We'll take him.
The Jets are going to draft him
He'll
at
be
number
there.
6.
Zach
be there.
Wilson. Yes, Matt. Bad. I always forget.
No, we
dude.
won't. We're gonna make a deal and grab him ourselves.
Well, he's
You're gonna
locked to go
get
the
Cam
second
Ward
round in
for 3
Cleveland.
ones.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, don't you. Here we go
Thanks.
again with the ones.
Hey,
Thanks
Jesse,
to
if I
the
was you,
Think about
I'd
Indianapolis
Shador,
coach.
Jesse. How do you
I'll trade
feel
out.
Oh,
about
yeah,
Shador
that's something we
Sanders?
could talk
I don't
about.
know. Shador's gonna get scooped up. I think Shador's getting scooped up in the second round. I'm in second position. Second slot.
Listen. Let's talk about this. I just want everybody
Please
to know.
do.
This goes to my Dallas fans, and I want to hear what the 2 Eagle guys in the chat have to say. But what do you guys think if Shador Sanders is? They're saying he's dropping like
I seen that.
it's a real
too.
thing, people. It's real. He is dropping. I'm not saying he's going to drop past the Raiders because I think the Raiders would take him, but they are saying that no. That he's going to be a handful because of the whole Dion and prima donna. He's going to bring like certain element with him, not just him, and that he doesn't have the strongest arm. So, as a Dallas fan, would you be upset if we passed on him at 12? Loyal and then Randy?
No.
Because you would not take him. How about you, Randy?
I would let the Giants trade all the way up from round 2 and get their number 1.
I hate you.
You would take more of their ones.
No, shit, no. I would.
No, they would
Brian,
take him if they wanted him at 3.
I don't think Shador Sanders is the answer. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback, to be honest.
But I mean, I just find it funny, everybody. Now, the Eagle guys, go ahead. What do you think? Like, from an Eagle fan perspective, why is he dropping, or why is he getting so hammered? Is it the whole Dion and baggage thing?
That's one.
Well, I live
Eagles,
in Denver.
one at a
so
time.
I watch
Eagles.
I watch the CU games because I'm here in Denver.
Yes, that's why I wanted your
so-
opinion on it.
Yeah. I honestly think it's just his arrogance. That's exactly what they said. Is that during the interviews that they did at the combine and everything, that he's very arrogant. He's very cocky. He's very full of himself. I think that will work for certain coaches. Like I could see Dan Campbell getting the best out of him because I think Dan Campbell can handle that kind of personality. But not all coaches, not all GMs,
Yankees
not all
reigns.
organizations can handle that kind of diva-ish personality. I wouldn't be surprised if he was sitting there at 12 when you guys draft. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys drafted him. I think that swag, I'm not saying it's good or not, but I think that swag in the name, just the name itself. Yeah. And I think I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a Jerry
if he was
move.
sitting there. That's a Jerry move. That is a Jerry
We
That's
can't
like signing Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, we can't afford to give away draft picks.
Real quick, I bet Dart goes before Sanders. Mark Hudson, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, maybe. I don't think Sanders is dropping past the Raiders. I think they would jump on him, but I don't know that. I'm just going by what I'm hearing. Bobby, what do you think? Why is he dropping so fast?
I think he's a bust without his father. He's just was great in college. He got coached up with the hype with Dion, and Colorado was crap. And they weren't good in big time games.
They're trying, and you know what they're trying to do, Bobby? They're trying to. Yeah, like they're trying to compare him to Jalen, and I try and tell people Jalen is way bigger than this kid. Yeah, I mean, he may not, I don't know, in height, but just in his body, like Jalen's lower body is McNabbish, like he's fucking solid.
Game time, and then when they played real teams, they shit the bed. So there you go. What's that going to tell you when you're playing college versus NFL?
I remember Shador against that one game.
Remember when I was saying that he can't take those hits in the NFL, or else he ain't gonna be around.
That's right.
And I'm just
without his dad. Get him out of the league. He's gonna be another like hype.
Well, that's
RG.
why I was telling Jesse, and I said this a while ago, that I'm not a big fan of either, but I am definitely like Cam Ward more. I feel like you can mold him better.
I've been beating that drum. I've been beating that drum since the get-go.
I mean, I like him more. I don't love Cam Ward, but I do like him better. Milroe intrigues me.
That's gonna put you back 5 more years.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Dallas ain't taking him. If Dallas would use him to trade and have somebody else trade up, I would love for him to drop to Dallas because Dallas ain't taking him because I just know that they're not. But
it was like Randy trying to get Aaron Rodgers on the team.
I'll tell you who Dallas is going to take, and it's going to piss off a lot of people.
I would take Ted if he's there. If he's not there, either you trade up for him, you trade for DK.
Daniel Park, what's up, baby?
You get a second wide receiver. You know, you have to have
Daniel.
You have to get back up one way or the other, either Ted or DK.
Daniel Park. I heard that when Shador came in for his combine and stuff. Like, as soon as his interviews were over, he had his boys and his podcast crew, and they were already, like, he has, like, an entourage.
Yeah, Cleveland didn't like that.
That's what you're getting when you get him, you know, and I don't know if a team wants to deal with that. Dion only wants him playing for certain teams. Mark Hudson, thank you so much.
Daddy's going to have the last say on that anyway. Daddy's going to have the last say on it.
Well, the problem is that's what teams don't want to deal with is Daddy having the say. That's the problem.
That's what saying from the get-go.
I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I only set it up for 2 hours, but
yeah. You guys
so
don't need any more drama right now.
Well, I'm not talking for us. I'm just meaning I'm curious what Dallas fans would do because if we had this conversation a month and a half ago, you'd be like, "Oh my God, we got him." You got him. Yeah, I would love to have Makuba out of Texas, Mark Hutchinson. I really like him.
I would take my chances with Dak because he's got playoff experience and he had losses, so he's hungry to win.
You got to be concerned about.
You know what's going to happen if Shador ends up with you guys. You know what's going to happen.
All right, go ahead, Rob.
If you get Dak in there. He's already had playoff losses, so he's hungry. He wants to win. You get Shador, you're talking five years down.
I think Shador wants to win. I just think he also. I don't know. It would just. I just find it interesting that he's dropping, you know, and how. And I agree. I think Jackson Dart may very well go ahead of him.
The possibility is that Shador gets in there and you guys pick him up. And if Dak gets hurt or whatever, they're going to be screaming for him. Watch. Just because of the name.
Well, real quick before Dallas worked out Dart twice. They worked him out at the Senior Bowl and they worked him out again at the Combine. I mean, they've had meetings.
No, don't remind me.
But they also love, and this is going to upset some people. It's going to make some people. Mark Hutchinson in the chat. Let me know what you think of this. Quinn Ewers, Brian Schottenheimer loves the kid. So if I said in the 3rd round they draft Quinn Ewers.
No, I don't.
You don't like him.
I know.
I'm curious what Mark Hutchinson thinks about him. I actually think that Ewers could develop into a good quarterback. He has all the intangibles. It just didn't work out in Texas. Sometimes that happens, but I'm gonna go ahead and
Arch Manning.
I'm gonna pick a name out.
Arch Manning has already taken his job.
He declared for the pros. Yours did.
Yep.
Not a fan of yours.
I would pass on Shador if you're rebuilding. Tank for Manning, bro. Sign Micah. Tank for Manning for the next year.
There you
go. That sounds like what we're going to do if we don't get a quarterback.
Mark Hutchinson, brother.
You guys are in a world of shit.
Well deserved.
Yeah, Mark, let me know what you want, my man. I put my email in the chat, so just let me know what you want. Hoodie, T-shirt, coffee cup. I got the Game Time cups. I got the travel mugs. Just let me know, brother. Email me at gametimebrian@gmail.com. I have it up in the chat somewhere, or it's on my page. But I can't read that, Ultra. I can't read that. But yeah, man. So any final words? Wow. I mean, just real quick, because we got 9 minutes. Eagles. What do you have to do before free agent? Is there any more roster movements that you think they're going to try and do, or before free agency?
Yes, I got one.
Hey, Howie.
We are not signing Myles Garrett. He's way too much money. We don't have that kind of money right now. We have the offense already locked down. We just need to restructure our tight end and draft in defense, just like we've been doing for the last couple of years, and we'll be fine. We don't need to make any big splashes.
Okay, more.
We just won it with the team we had. Why make major change? Get rid of Brandon Graham needs to retire. I love him. Have a nice day. Slay, you can go on down the road too. And Bradbury's gone. Just keep getting rid of the older players. And you look at the Super Bowl with the defensive line we had, real quick, was way younger than what we had the last time we went to the Super Bowl, and that mattered. We have our coaching staff already locked down, and we're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Howie's gonna make some moves in the draft, so I ain't even worried about Myles Garrett. So
Rob,
go sign him somebody else. If we get him, great. But I ain't willing to risk all of our draft picks for him. I'd rather keep drafting defense because Howie excels in the draft. That's it.
Yeah. Rob?
I could see them restructuring Hurts's contract just to free up some more room. Howie likes the big splashes. I could see them going out there and try to possibly get Garrett or even Trey Hutchinson. I could see them trying to go out there and make a big move, getting a first day splash kind of move. That's what Howie likes to do. I would like to walk away from Becton and just bring in Steen, just cheaper. And Steen's still on his rookie deal. So we just got to really focus on getting a good DN. To Bobby's point, as far as Graham, it's official. He's done because he tore his tricep in the Super Bowl. So it's he's not going to come back. So, yeah. So with that said,
keep that roster spot, Robin.
Just shore up that defensive line some more and get younger on offensive line in the draft.
Well, I was going to say this. And hear me out, Daz, because I hear you say Steen is nowhere near Becton. What if you got your Jackson, the guard out of at 32? You're sitting at 32. You don't need a linebacker now. Everybody had you getting the Jihad Campbell. Let's say you go out and get either Booker or Jackson, the Ohio State guard. You would be younger, and dude, that is about
that makes sense.
That would be about a perfect of guard that you could get at 32. And or Booker, and again, you would save money. I like where Rob's going with his mentality and I like what Bobby's saying, not to get Garrett. And I'm not saying don't get Garrett because, I don't want you to get better. Go get him. I mean, of course, that'll really make it unbelievable this upcoming year. But if you really want to keep this window wide open, you just won a Super Bowl. So maybe, use all those picks on some young studs, and stay away from the 30-year-old free agent that's making $35 million a year.
Yes, Howie.
That's what I would, as a fan, if I'm an Eagle fan, I don't know that I'd want Garrett. I think I would want to go get a stud at 32.
Too much money.
And, well, they could do it. I mean, Howie's proven he could do anything he wants to do if he wants to do it. They freed up money, but I think the first 3 rounds of this draft, they could really cook. I just do. I think they could really get some picks. That's just my opinion, though. But that's what I was saying, Daz. You've already won without Garrett, so why are we we got to have him. Why? Because of the talking points, or do you just want to win again? You know what I mean? Go get yourself a young stud. Go get yourself a Jack Sawyer or a JT Tuimalau out of or even Randy, who's the edge rusher?
Landon Jackson.
Landon Jackson out of Arkansas, who's a beast that actually got pass rush moves from the edge out of Arkansas. You could get him in probably I would say Eagles would have to take him in the second round, because you're at the bottom of the round.
If he lasts that long.
Well, I think he might, but again, who knows, man? I had him going to 32 to the Eagles a month ago. So time is flying. But all right, final words before I get cut off, because I only set the Zoom up for 2 hours. Loyal, go ahead, bro. Just give me one more negative comment before we get out of here.
I just want to see how we do in free agency. See if we do anything big, and I think we'll get a good first round pick.
Okay,
that's it.
All right, Bobby will go top, and then we'll go bottom. We'll go Bobby, Rob A, Montanez, then Randy.
Yeah, I think best player available instead of team needs for Dallas this year in the draft.
Okay, but Rob. Jesse?
Okay, real fast. No touchy those first round picks. We want Ward, and please no touchy Dart. We need a quarterback.
Yeah. Randy, what do you got, brother? Again,
what I've got is I want the Cowboys to probably trade down one time in the first round, pick up a wide receiver, Golden or Ibuka. Or if Tetro McMillan there, I'd take him.
A1B.
And then in free agency, I hope they get 2 or 3 players where we don't have to pick for position. We can pick best player that we need to pick.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Yep.
And Rob A, final words.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you what you're saying as far as I don't want to go out and get Myles Garrett. I want to get younger, and I want to keep it moderately.
Keep that window wide open.
Yeah.
Young Thundercats.
Sawyer. I mean, really, honestly, I'd like to go out and get someone like Sawyer. But Howie's Howie, so we'll see. And, I just want to run it back and see if we can do it again.
All right.
Hey Brian, can you
Rob,
tell
look
Ultra,
at you, man. Thank you, brother.
Can you tell Ultra it's time to go home from the Blue Oyster?
Shout out to Rob. I appreciate Rob. We all miss Rob. We all miss Rob in here. He brings a level head and a wealth of knowledge. I appreciate the support, Rob. I really do.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Listen, everybody, I don't know when I'm going live again, but I'll be definitely live over the weekend. So I'm off Sunday, Monday. Obviously, Monday we have Free Agent Frenzy. I'll be here all day.
Definitely.
And I'll probably do something. I know I'm on tonight, tomorrow night with Primetime Phil. So please show us support over there and come hang out. And thank you, everybody. Thank you. And
Brian, what time are y'all on tomorrow night?
No doubt.
It'll be 7:00 your time.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
I'll sneak in there.
All right, everybody. I will talk
y'all
to everybody
later.
Boys. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Late.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.